Hello everyone and welcome to this month's spread. I hope you are ready for some bright colors because that is what we're going to work with for this month. Still very new to this voiceover, but I promise I do my best. Before we start with May, let's just review the last month, which for me was an Easter theme. And here is a quick view of my brain dump, my thoughts about going with an fantasy author look from now on, and also my thoughts about buying baking supplies and what size it should be. Next up is my water tracker and daily doodle, which I love, but I was so busy in the end of the month I didn't have time to fill it out, but I still try to be nice to myself and not punish myself for not being able to fill it out. Furthermore, we have some weekly pages, lots of chickens and bunnies. And here is my spread where I thought about what other themes I would like to do in my thicker bullet journal. Next we have my mentorship plan, trying to find a routine I can live with and stay productive in. And some lovely colorful weeks, and I still have 1 week to go, but that's for another time. Now let's focus on the next month and let's start with a fresh white page. Here is some of my brainstorming, trying to find out what my color scheme should be, and I knew I was going with a spring theme. Here is the colors I went with, they will be linked in the description. Alright, let's begin. As always, I have been so excited to start a new month. This time I've been very inspired by the outside nature, just watching trees and flowers blooming and adding colors to our world. Therefore, I am going to do, I would say, 3 main types of plants. One with these sharp leaves and also these very colorful flowers on. Others with these very round leaves. And then also others with just these sharp leaves themselves. As I shown before, I'm going to go between 3 different colors. This kind of pink color, kind of coral color, and this very warm orange, maybe yellow you could also say, and then a dark blue. In the beginning I was actually really afraid adding colors to my color palette and it just felt very scary, but after doing my Easter theme, it just helped me to be more bold to try out more colors as I'm doing here, and I think it's less scary if you do these brainstorms. Oh yeah, I also use this purple to add some shapes, and in this case also the lettering for the May. But yeah, making this very quick brainstorm on paper just helped me to feel more relaxed about the colors, because I can see that they do match up if I just use them together. And then I also added this little leaf here because I thought there was an empty space, and then some dots for the flowers. Next we're going to work with the monthly spread. And I knew I was a little bit insecure, and as you can see there is a lot of bleeding or ghosting, but I still try to make it beautiful and do not let it stop me from using colors in my bullet journal. And as you can see, I also did a mistake I was afraid doing many times, using blue for the flowers instead of this orange color, but luckily I have my not eraser, correction tape, that's the word. But I knew I was going a lot back and forth with the colors because I wasn't not sure what could you say, pattern I was going to use to make it look nice and pretty. So yeah, just went back and forth. That is a really hard sentence to say. To try and see what kind of colors would look good in what order. Then just adding the letters for the different days. And next I'm going to do the different boxes for the month, but let's skip that because that just takes way too much time. And then just coloring the days that is not a part of this month with, again, this very lovely warm yellowy orange. and I think that's it. Let's move on to my bring dump page. This page was also really new for me. I was trying out kind of making some boxes, even though this is a white wherever you want page, you could say. That's a brain dump for. So you're still adding these flowers in different colors, throwing them in the middle to just give this feeling of blooming out, springing out. You know it is spring and you're just trying to get that vibe of everything is blooming, including hopefully myself. That would be nice. And here, as I thought, I'm going to add these purple boxes, not because I think I will write anything in these boxes, it was just pretty to see. And then I didn't want a big text saying bring dump, so I just wrote it down in the corner, still looking cute. Okay, next we're going to work with two very special pages for me. One of them is a wish list. I actually already have one, but I kind of fill it out, so I had to make a new one. And I also thought the idea of starting fresh in this springtime, so yeah, it was meant to be, I felt. Still adding these flowers on the side to give this what do you say here, just this pattern on the side, making it look cohesive and pretty. After coloring the plants, I knew I need a color for the lines, but I was unsure what color I should use. But I ended up going with the warm yellow-orange color because I thought it just matched and the blue would just be too dark, so it just added some warmth to this page. And then I'm just going to write item, price and category so I can have some order in my wish list. Next we're going to work with what I call the dreams page, and I thought I really needed that because in these times I just need to daydream and write down what would be amazing for me. Overall, I just really like to stay rational, but I also think it's really good to daydream and not be too rational. Just have dreams, just have fun, just love yourself for whatever you're dreaming about. And I also believe it can help you to see what really matters to you and how you can add value in your life. I decided to outline the word dreams because I thought it was just blending in too much with the background. And then just adding some few stars here and there, adding to the dream vibe. And then I decided also to line out the word May to make it pop as well. Next we're going to work with my gratitude page, that's right. I just thought I needed a page to stay grateful and think about all the nice things in my life. Actually, not making any trackings for this month because I thought I only needed to focus on being happy and being positive, not being harsh on myself, just live my life and think about what is value for me. Not feeling guilty for not doing things too much, just having the opportunity all the time to write down things I am happy about. And then we have my first weekly spread, you could say, even though it's actually the first 3 days only. For some reason I do not like to mix the weeks together where the month is overlapping each other. So here just did these 3 months, these 3 days. And then I added a quote in the bottom matching this relaxing theme. So I wrote, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. No, rest, that's the word, sorry. The most productive thing you can do is rest. I guess relax is also resting, but yeah. And then I was trying out with some different washi tapes, but I ended up going with this very colorful washi tape. And then after seeing how pretty it was, I thought I just had to add it on some of my other pages. So here I am trying to figure out where I should put it. I'd put it here and there, and maybe I should use these to just make something special. And then also some more here and here. And of course, just adding some more washi tape. I add this gold because gold is nice, and then some more here and here and here. Okay, let's stop for now. Or maybe not, because for this page I was going to use a lot of washi tape for my different lines. And this is my page for my you could say YouTube tracking, or my YouTube ideas, to write down my different ideas, but also check whenever I do them, so I can in the end see how many YouTube videos I have actually made for you guys. Next, we're going to make a spread, which is really important for me as an author, because I'm creating a comic, and if something takes a long time to do, it is a comic. And you can sometimes feel you're just going nowhere. And for that reason, I decided to do a lot of plan doodles on this one, just to remind myself that things just takes time to grow. But in the same way, I could also keep tracking on, for example, how many character sheets I have made. Right now I have done 3, currently making 2 more. And also keep track on how many chapters have I finished, how many walls have I illustrated and such, just to keep myself motivated and see how my comic is slowly growing. And to confirm for myself, I'm actually working really hard to make this comic dream come true. So for me, I'm adding areas made, character sheets made, and my chapters that are finished, and then fan art I made for myself. Okay, next we're going to work with the last page. I promise that will be no more after this. Maybe you feel sad about this. I was actually a little sad, but also relieved, because this was a lot of work. Here I'm also adding the plants from the middle. It's just a really nice way to illustrate this feeling of blooming and growing. So here I did that once again with these 3 colors, making it all look nice and cohesive. After this, I will add some more lines to create some boxes to make sure I can keep up where the different days is, and just make it all look nice and pretty. For the different days, I made these round blobs where I could write the different dates. And then in the bottom, I just added a note, because once again, I will not keep track of anything, just have fun and write down what's ever on my mind, not feeling guilty for not doing things I should keep track on. But that's it. That is everything for now. I am so happy about this spread. I just need to wait for it to dry, the white gel pen, and then let's go with the flip through. Here's the front page we worked with, illustrating the very nice and bright colors we used. Oh my gosh, I just love this spread so much. It just makes me so happy. Once again, these washi tape is not placed for anything special, but I could use them to do something special on these days. And then the things I will focus on for this month. My lovely bring down page ready to be filled up with thoughts I do not want to forget, and to remind what this month was for me. A wish list so I can keep track on what I wish and what I should save up for, and dreams ready to be written down. Then things I am grateful for. Once again, no tracking, just pages ready to be filled with things I am grateful for or things that matters to me. Next we have 2 pages dedicated to let me see how productive I actually am instead of making me feel unproductive, so I can keep staying motivated and feel grateful. And then we have the last page. Whew, this was a lot of work, so if you like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you give it a like. Consider subscribing if you are new, and otherwise I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!